is on.
Good evening, everyone. This is Adnan, and I'll be starting this training in a few minutes. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in. Hello, everyone. Let's begin. This is Adnan, and welcome to Active Directory training. This training is geared towards becoming introduction to a system admin and deep dive in Active Directory administration. So actually, I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in. And so at any point in time, if you feel in voice distortion, if you're not able to hear me properly, there is a chat window on the side. You can just type in your question, your query, or if you're having any problem during this presentation. At the same time, the best way to attend this training is you can open the link in your computer, and this meeting can be, so there are two options for the audio. Number one is that you can hear it from your computer, but if you feel any voice distortion, sometimes due to internet, you can dial in a number. You can dial in a number to also connect to the training. So the number is also mentioned within the invite, and I will be sharing this within the chat window just now. So if you want, you can dial in from your phone as well. So just a few more minutes here. So guys, this training is about becoming a system admin and deep dive in Active Directory. My quick introduction is and you can use the chat window on the side to write your questions. Yes. So okay. Thank you. Somebody is asking if Muhammad is actually asking in case of any question, you can send a query in the chat. Yes, you can. Or we can unmute everyone. We just muted everyone just to actually avoid any background noises. This session is being recorded as well, and you can watch this recording again later on if required. So my name is Adnan, and I am a cloud solutions architect. I've been in the IT field for about 20 years. I've been providing trainings for about 15 years now. And so viewer 18 is asking where is the access to the recording. Recording access will be provided as a link at the end of the session. So you'll be able to watch this recording later on as well. So you're most welcome. So my specialties are within the 20 years. Currently, I'm working in a company. I've been in Canada for about 10 years, worked for TD Bank, worked for Rogers, worked for many different organizations, large enterprise. Did many projects there. Currently, I'm in Sydney for another project for cloud migration. Cloud in terms of, so if you're not familiar with the term cloud, cloud is actually, it's an online data center where companies are having their complete infrastructure. So I know that this will be a very basic training, and I'm expecting that there are people who are very new to IT or maybe not even familiar with IT. So I'm gonna go from really basic to advanced level. And main purpose of this training is to bring you up to speed to level 100. We call it level 100, where you start understanding IT. So my specialties are complete Microsoft suite. I've been providing design, implementation, administration support to many different organizations. I'm a full-time consultant. At the same time, I provide these trainings as well as a passion. And the second reason is I like providing training. Number two, second reason is that I stay in the field by providing these trainings as well. I've been expert in server virtualization, server system, system center, Active Directory, all different versions, Exchange. So I mean, this is just to let you know you're in a good hand if you trust us in providing these trainings and preparing you for the IT market. I have adequate experience in this field. Currently, I'm working as a cloud specialist. So cloud are basically these two technologies right here on the screen. You can see AWS and Azure. And actually, cloud is the next internet. So as we nowadays, we can see the importance of internet. Internet is everywhere. We use internet for everything. We use internet. We use internet for nowadays for what? We use internet for our for searching stuff. We use internet for TV. We use internet for our phones, cell phones. We use internet for our schools. We use internet for hospitals. And I mean, there is no second opinion about the importance of internet nowadays. At the same time, I mean, it will be exactly the same. In few years, you will see cloud technology everywhere. You will see cloud technology in each and everything. So cloud, if you're not familiar with cloud, cloud is a technology where companies host their servers, where companies are hosting their complete infrastructure. So what do I mean by complete infrastructure? So I mean, with this quick introduction to internet, and the word you can remember is cloud. So maybe if you're thinking of taking IT, I mean, seriously, meaning if you want to change your career to IT, cloud is the next step. Cloud is the next stop for you. So cloud is basically a place where companies now keep their complete infrastructure. Now, what do I mean by infrastructure? Infrastructure is anything that is used by organization. For example, at home, if I say home is built, what is your electronic infrastructure at home? So you can say that TV is part of your electronic infrastructure. Your electricity is part of your electronic infrastructure, and then switches and everything. So at home, so infrastructure is known as this. Now, in terms of large organizations where Rogers or Bell or Dell and all these different organizations, they have their infrastructure. Now, what is their infrastructure? Infrastructure is where they keep their applications from an end user perspective, from a customer perspective. Like we are all customers to Rogers, we are all customers to Bell, we are all customers to any hospital. So as an end user, or as a customer to any organization, we connect to these organizations. Let's say as a customer, you go to a hospital, and on a hospital, they are providing you, you need to register yourself as a patient, or at the airport, you want to register as a traveler. So these are basically the system where you register are based on some application. So basically, they have an application where they will register your name. So they will register your name, your address, and everything. And this application is basically stored in a server. So what are we trying to understand, guys? We are trying to understand the cloud and infrastructure. The cloud and infrastructure. So one more time, we are trying to understand what is an infrastructure. First of all, we defined infrastructure as anything that builds up a service. So at home, a complete electronic service a complete electronic service is built up of electricity, TV, switches, and plugs and everything. In organizations like Rogers and Bell, their infrastructure is based on servers. But what is the main purpose of that server? The main purpose of the server is to serve these applications. So we have applications, let's say server 1, server 2. These servers are providing this application. And what type of application? Application where users register their name and addresses. So we have users registering their name into server. Now, these servers, where these servers are sitting, these servers are known as, they are part of infrastructure. This is an infrastructure. So when I say cloud is the next stop for all IT, for everyone in IT, actually nowadays 50% of the people are involved in cloud administration. 50% of throughout the world infrastructure is in cloud. And cloud is nothing but an infrastructure owned by large organizations as Microsoft. So Microsoft owns a complete cloud where they keep infrastructure of companies, and companies rely on these organizations. So I'm not going to go into a lot of technicality here, but I just wanted to let you know that cloud is the next technology where all IT is going now. And this training is actually the first step in understanding this technology. So, and I've been administrating and architecting cloud for the last 7 years now. Actually, cloud is actually around 10 to 15 years old, and it got matured like in last 10 years, and I have 7 years of experience in this. I've been providing cloud support, cloud implementation to many different organizations now. So in today's agenda is we'll be going through introduction to system admin. Basically, this is an introduction to becoming a system admin, and what is I'll be sharing with you the IT certification, importance of this track, and then I will give you a lesson demo, and training will provide you training schedule, and then at the end we can have question answers. But if you have any questions during this session, anytime, you can type your question in the chat window provided on the screen. So you have a screen, there is a chat window, or you can, if you want to talk, you can just say that that you want to ask a question, so I can unmute you, and then you can ask a question. So at this point, I would request you, if you can, just provide a little bit of your introduction. I mean, just your name and your previous IT experience. Your previous IT experience in terms of if you have any IT experience, or you have on the level of 0 to 10, how much IT do you know? How much Windows do you know? Because this will help me basically set the pace for this training. Should I go fast? Should I go deep down, start from basic? In any case, I'm going to start from basic. So if you can just let me know that what is your IT experience in the past, or what is your field of work? So just a quick 2 lines. Thank you. Viewer number 8. Studying computer networking at Seneca. Okay. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Human. So your just name and your previous IT experience. Okay, in the meantime, while you're providing your name and quick intro, so these are online trainings, guys. These are online trainings, unlike I mean, this is the next normal. This is currently normal now due to COVID, we are providing these trainings, a lot of these trainings, and many of the organizations are providing online trainings, and I think most of the people are taking now online trainings. And this IT industry, most of the IT industry is moving towards working from home now, because companies are finding that when people are working from home, they are more productive. more productive in a sense that there is no sense of time. Now, when I'm working for this organization, I get to kind of work till late night in order to complete my projects as well. And not only me, people like me, so there is, people are realizing that working, so for IT industry is moving towards working from home, which means taking mostly it will be online. So online meaning we are taking online. So when we are taking online trainings, we need to be, so these are few of the rules that I would suggest, that be on time, always be on time, and do not miss any lecture. Because the first 15 minutes of any training, of any lectures are very important, especially in these technical trainings. Because in the first 15 minutes, we discuss the previous lecture. We quickly go through the review of the previous lecture, and if you miss that lecture, if you miss that review, that will be a great loss. So I would suggest to everyone to be on time and do not miss any lecture. Take notes as much as possible. Now, taking notes is very important in these IT training or in any training, and especially online. Because what happens is that we are all sitting in the comfort of our home, and sometimes that I won't advise to anyone, but sometimes people are driving and listening to the training. I mean, that is not advisable. So in order to learn any technology, guys, and this technology, I can assure you at the end of this training, you will find it so interesting. And during the training, you will learn so many things that that will stay in your long-term memory. And I'm not saying this just for the marketing purposes or the marketing sake, but I have a proven record of hundreds of students who have taken these trainings and they have learned a lot. So if you dedicate your time with me, I will be dedicating 100% time for you, and I will make sure that these concepts, if you're completely new to IT, at the end of this training, you will be gaining a lot of knowledge and experience as well. So taking notes is very important. Thank you, everyone. You're providing your intro, and I'm looking at the screen as well. Since this training is a basic level training, so this training is a basic IT training, but it's not as basic as basic. We will start slow. We will start from level 0. And we'll quickly move on to our target for this complete training is to move on to level 100. Now, what is level 100 and what is level 0? I mean, level 0 meaning we are coming from minimal IT knowledge. We're coming from a minimal IT knowledge. So level 100 is basically where you start your flight as an IT admin. Which means that after this you will start doing certifications and everything, and so after that, I won't say it will be a smooth drive. There is a lot of hard work, dedication is required, but it won't be difficult. It won't be what is the word? It won't be that difficult to achieve IT certification or becoming or landing a job in IT. So in order to achieve these goals, we need to take notes as much as possible. During this training, take notes as much as possible. Once you are registered in this training, I want to see those notes. So we need to have that interactive session in order to actually take it into our long-term memory. So thank you, Saf. Saf Mahmood is one of our old students. Thank you, Saf, for your comment here. I was not expecting you here, but it's good to see you here. Okay, so be ready for surprise quizzes. So we will be ready for the surprise quizzes. Lab must be completed. Screenshots must be taken for instructor review. Mid of the training, start exam preparation and take the exam. Okay, so let's understand what this training is. Let me bring up my whiteboard here. So first of all, let's understand why are we taking this training? Why is this training important? So this training is important in a sense that first I'll give you a quick introduction to a job market. I mean, the main purpose why we are all taking this training because we actually want to earn better. We want to earn better, better in a sense that everyone is moving into the field of IT, and especially in North America and actually throughout the world. So I just finished a contract. I mean, I was a contractor in Canada as well. I just finished a contract with Middle East. I'm here on this side of the world, Sydney, Australia. And so IT is throughout the world is exactly the same. So what I'm about to explain is exactly the same. It applies to all throughout the world. Especially for North American market, there are more jobs as compared to anywhere in the world exist in North American market. So here, I'll give you an IT at a glance. So IT is something like this. So let me actually make here a quick okay. I'll just. So at any point in time, if you have any question, everyone, you can just let me know. So let's say this is a circle of IT. Excuse my drawing. Actually, I'm drawing on here. I mean, within the presentation. So IT market, in terms of IT market, what are we trying to understand? We are trying to understand IT market and jobs, IT job market. So in order to understand this, we need to understand what is in the IT market that is paying, that pays well. So for example, there are many jobs. Nowadays, there are two types of jobs available. There is network admin, actually. So there is network admin and there are developers jobs. So there is something called network jobs, and there is development, which is software developers. Then there are other jobs that have that DB admins, database admin jobs are there too. There is project management jobs as well. So among these jobs, according to the statistics, internet statistics, and where do you get the internet statistics? Internet statistics, you can get it from the sites like Indeed.com. So for example, if I go here and I go to Indeed, so this is a job site. Now here you can search for any type of jobs and any different type of stuff. So based on these job sites, and especially in Canadian market, there are many different organizations. There are many different job sites. So in Canada, you can search on a website called Workopolis. There is Indeed.com. There is LinkedIn, and these websites. So according to these, there are most jobs are in the field of networking, and then secondly, there are software level jobs. Then there is DB database admin job, and then there are project manager jobs. Within networking, there are two types of areas. So within network, there are two types of areas. One side is known as system admin job. The second side is known as network admin job. So this is system admin. Guys, what are we trying to understand? We are trying to understand the IT market and so this will set your direction, whichever direction you want to go to. So here, so let's make it into two. Now, if somebody needs to become a network admin, they need to choose a different field of track. So they need to choose a Cisco certification. Within Cisco certification, they need to do CCNA certification, CCNP certification, and then what they call PhD in networking, that is CCIE certification. So these are different certifications, and this is a completely different track. Now, before even going into this track, let's understand what is basically, why is this divided into two tracks? I mean, this is very simple to understand. So first of all, what is a network? A network is any connected, interconnected computers or any interconnected devices. So here, let me go to the next slide and let me clear a quick concept here. What is basically a network? Now, network, I would say it's interconnected devices. So network is a set of interconnected devices. So set of interconnected devices. Guys, at any point in time, if you have a question, you can type your question in the chat window. So set of interconnected devices. Now, if we look around ourselves, how many of us have already experience in networking? Guys, I would say every one of us has an experience working in network. What is the most easy example in this? The easiest example to understand a network is our home internet. So home internet is basically a network. Now, why do we call home internet a network? Why? Because we are all using internet, and all of us at home, even a single person has at least 3 devices. Even a single person has at least 3 devices. A single person living in one room has a mobile phone, a cell phone, and maybe probably a laptop, and especially TV nowadays. All 3 devices are connected to where? Connected to Rogers internet. So Rogers or Bell internet or whatever internet you have at home. So these are all connected to internet, and basically this router or that black box that is provided by Rogers, that black box that is provided by Bell, this router is connected to internet. So we would say this is internet. So this is the easiest example to understand that this makes a network. So we all have a network. Now within networking, there are 2 things to understand. Now whoever, let's say your home internet is not working. If your home internet is not working, what would you do? You would just stay quiet and then you would just ignore the internet. So is that how it works? I mean, let's say your internet is disconnected. Then what would you do? You would just stay quiet and don't do anything, and then you can live without internet. Actually, that is wrong. Yes, viewer 8 is saying call ISP. Yes, so internet is that important. It's like a light in the day. Nowadays, it's like a light. If your internet is gone, even single person cannot survive. And nowadays, our families cannot survive. Kids cannot survive. Everything is connected to internet. And it used to be said 5 years and 6 years back that everything will be internet in few years. But now it is evident that within 5 years, each and everything will be connected to internet. Each and everything, like our appliances will be connected to internet. Like the lights at home will be connected to internet. Our refrigerators, fridges will be connected to internet. Microwaves will be connected to internet. Everything, each and every, and not only just the electronic appliances, but also tables, chairs, each and everything will be connected to internet. And that concept of connecting everything to internet is known as IoT. So IoT, I mean, I'm just using very simple terms here. IoT is known as Internet of things, Internet of Things. And let me quickly show it to you here, just for your experience here. IoT, let's type the word IoT. And IoT is actually right here. If I change it to images, you can see that here everything will be connected to Internet. So just like this picture, let's look at this picture. So IoT is basically these all things: your microwave, your oven, your TV, your coffee maker, your lights and cars, and everything will be connected to Internet. That's how Internet. That is how Internet is nowadays important. But you might have a question: what is the purpose of chair being connected to Internet? I mean, you can understand lights can be connected to Internet because you can switch on and off these lights. You can control the temperature of a fridge from your cell phone. Microwave, you can start and stop your microwave, or you can sit at, I mean, you can do a lot of things with these. But what is the purpose of chair and table? Now, the purpose of chair and table is very simple, and since I'm working on these projects these nowadays, I mean, purpose of the chair is they need to know the lifetime of a chair, So basically, there will be a small device connected to a chair, and it will be a very small it will be a very, very small chip, like a cell phone chip. That will be connected, and it will be connected to Internet. It will be basically sending signals to a device, and it will show the lifetime of the chair. Lifetime of a chair, it will show how much weight when somebody is sitting on it, how much weight is being put on the chair or a table, and they can replace it. They can replace that table and chair before it completely breaks down. They can change it. I mean, this is just a very simple one example. Other than that, there are other examples. In humans, they will have chips and all that. So what I mean is the network will be growing more and more. So it is a internet statistics that by the end of 2025, there will be 4 billion connected devices throughout the world. 4 billion. At the moment, there are 2 billion around. So it will be double the number of devices. And regardless of number, everything will be connected to Internet, which in turn there will be huge number of IT jobs in the market. There will be huge IT jobs in the market. But who are these jobs for? These jobs are for skilled people who are skilled in the right direction. Nowadays these colleges are providing all type of IT trainings. There is in Canada. In Canada, I taught in Humber College. In Canada, I taught in different colleges. I mean, I mentioned that teaching is my passion, but I was so disappointed to see that these colleges, not just Humber College, but these huge colleges, they kind of rip off people. They kind of rip off simple people by selling them courses that are not required in the IT field. They sell them. I had many students in the past that came to me and said, I've spent $10,000 on a training, and I've spent one whole year, and it's been like 1 year after completing this all training, and I couldn't find any job. So, I mean, even by thinking of this, that somebody spending 10K in 1 year, and after 1 year, and even 1 year has passed, they couldn't find a job. Now, what is the reason why they couldn't find a job? The reason is very simple. Their direction of taking, the number of courses that they have taken, they're not aligned with the IT market. And it's not just now. It's always like this. I mean, when you go to these colleges, they give you list of 10 courses. Okay, 10 courses, excellent. And who's paying for these courses? Government is paying for these courses, and sometimes student is paying for these courses. And who is it being paid to? This is being paid to the college. And who are being taught? You are being taught as a student, or there are many people who are being taught as a student. And how many courses they are teaching you? 12 courses. 12 courses for 10K, or sometime it is 15 to 18K. Now, at the end of the training, what type of courses they are selling? They are selling basic computer concepts. Then they are selling 2 of the programming courses. Then they are selling 2 of the security courses. Then 1 web development course and 1 marketing course and stuff like that. They make 12 courses, and out of 12, and after the 12 courses, they are getting this huge big amount from these students. Now, with this profile in hand, none of the companies will take you, or none of the companies will consider you as a IT person, because there is no requirement for this type of courses. And I can prove that by going on to the Humber website. You can see, and if maybe from the participant, if you have ever experienced like this, you can. I mean, there are many people, and it's very normal. It's happening now as well. So guys, we started with what is a network, and actually I wanted to give you a glance of IT. I wanted to give you that knowledge, the time that you're spending with me here. I mean, I'm not targeting that you should attend this training, but I'm giving you a lifetime experience, a lifetime knowledge, so that you can make a wise decision whenever you're ready to take any training anywhere. So do not go for these. Do not fall for the scam. I would call this a scam. I mean, these colleges are respectful colleges, but among other things, how people are being ripped off by insurance companies and this and that and other stuff. This is completely rip off. I mean, in my opinion, and I've spoken to when I used to taught in these colleges, and spoken to the course coordinators and other people. I told them, this is not the way it should run. They should honestly respect the time that students are giving. So the time is very important. Nobody has time nowadays. We have all families and this and that, and this person has their time is important, their money is important, and at the end of the training they should be getting jobs. So their job turnout is not more than 25%. So 25%, and what are they getting? They're not getting huge big jobs. They're just getting anywhere from maybe maximum, after doing this, maximum 35,000 per annum or 45,000 per annum. They will not ever get past 45K if they find a job, because this market is very slow. And in a moment, I will just give you an example of the IT market that you should go for. Okay, so from this slide, what do we understand, guys? From this slide, today we understood what is a network. A network is a set of interconnected devices. Interconnected devices, so wherever you see interconnected devices, you are in a network. And the person who fixes this network is known as, nowadays, they are known as an admin. So we started with an example of home internet. So we are all using home internet, and you are all connected. You are all connected to this training through a network. So you already have experience working in a network. So you cannot say that you have zero IT knowledge. So the 2 areas that you all have experience at the moment is you have experience connected to the network, number 1. And secondly, you all know how to connect, how to use a phone. I mean, using a smartphone is actually an experience in IT. So how is it experience in IT using a smartphone? Well, you are using a smartphone to, first of all, dial numbers. Number 2, work with applications, applications stop and start, and then and most of us know how to install an application. So you already have that, I would say, a minimal IT experience that is required to enter into IT field. So the person who fixes this, so we were here that if your internet is not working, what would you do? Then what should we do? We immediately call the ISP, and we ask them, we would want them to be restored as soon as possible. I mean, So this has to be done immediately. Why? Because everything depends on this. So the person who fixes this is known as a admin. So a person who fixes this type of issue is known as admin. One question from Alamgir is, so which one is more in demand, network or system admin, and which one is easier and tough? Excellent question, Alamgir. And I'm gonna jump back to this previous slide in a moment, and I will give you a precisely a very simple explanation of this so that it is understandable to everyone. Good question, and I'll come back to this in a moment. So here my point is, guys, if this network is broken, I would say, this network is broken and somebody needs to fix it. The person who fixes it is known as admin. So the person who comes to your home when you call them ISP, that is known as admin. And admins are of two types. One is known as a system admin, and the other one is known as a network admin. So now what's the difference? Now, if the problem is with the link, if the problem is anywhere with the hardware of this networking, so the problem is if the problem is with the router, if the problem is with the cable, if the problem is with the outside connection to internet, this is all network admin's job. So the hardware of this networking is being taken care of by this person, network. And the type, if you need to become that person who works on the hardware of the network, which is this part, is known as network, and the type of certification you need is known as Cisco certification. Cisco or Huawei, and there are all these different types of certification. But the person who works on the system side, and system by system we call, you can understand anything that is related to software. Anything that is related to software. Now, what is software? Software meaning the software of the cell phone, the software of your laptop, or the software of your TV. So this side of the person is known as system admin. So this is so with this example, I wanted to just make that very simple point that what is the difference between network admin and a system admin? So the system admin is a person who works on the hardware of the network, and system admin is a person who works on the software of the network. Now, with this quick introduction, let's jump back to our understanding of the IT job market. Now, IT job market is divided into two: the network side, the hardware side of the network, and the system side of the network. So if I say system side of the network, so these trainings that we provide through NetPlus IT, these trainings our trainings are all geared towards system side of the network. So we want you to become a system admin, and basically system admin at the end will become a cloud admin. So I'll go into that. But in order to become a system admin, you need to have three very important things. So now, in order to become a system admin, you need to become, first of all, Microsoft expert. Now, within a Microsoft expert, so on this side, networking side, you need to become a Cisco expert or a Huawei expert. So this is the Cisco side. We don't want to become this. So as comparatively, there are more jobs as system admin than networking admin. And this is exactly the way it is for the last 20 years now. So for the last 20 years, there are less jobs in networking and more jobs in system admin. It's not that I am in system admin, that's why I'm saying it's system admin. No, you can just compare the job market on these websites for system admin jobs and network admin jobs. There are more jobs in system admin than network admin. And what is one reason? Logical reason is that hardware basically seldom fails. It's rarely that hardware fails. Mostly it's the system fails. Now, to understand this, if we are all using a laptop, so how many times there was a problem with the hardware comparatively to the software of your computer? Now, in your computer, we have operating system. Sometimes it is struck by a virus, so you need to fix the virus issue. Sometimes your Office is not working, your Word and Excel is not working. Sometimes your computer is slow. These are all software issues. But it is rarely that you have a problem with the hardware of this. I mean, maybe the disk is crashed. It's rarely, or once a year, or maybe once even in lifetime. Nowadays, these hardwares are so good that hardware rarely fails. And this is exactly the same reason why there are less jobs in networking. Now, less jobs in networking means that this field is not good. No, this field is excellent. I'm not saying that this is not a good field, but there are comparatively less jobs in this as compared to system admin. But in networking, you will find many jobs, and I've seen many people jump from networking to system. Why? Because this is a huge market. Because it's the software. Software can go down. And softwares and you need more and more system admin. I mean, just take a look at just keep in your mind this quick example that in a laptop there are more software issues than a hardware issue. Okay, so in order to become a Microsoft expert, in order to become a system admin, you need to take three things in mind. Number one, your concepts to this technology. Number one, you have to have clear concepts of this technology. So now what are we trying to understand? We're trying to understand how to become a system admin. In order to become a system admin, your concepts should be very clear, number one. Number two, you should have a strong hands-on experience. So strong hands-on experience. And number three is you must be certified. Now, certified, first of all, your concepts should be good. You have strong hands-on, and you must be certified. So three things. So you need to have these three things in order to get a job as a system admin in the market. And now, what are the products that you need all these three things to be on? So you need to have these three things for Microsoft Server's technology, which is basically this workshop is about. So in this workshop, we'll become an expert of Microsoft Server. So the main purpose of this workshop is to take you to this first step. Secondly, once you have a considerable knowledge in becoming a Microsoft expert, and so before even going to the secondly, number one, how do you become an expert in Microsoft Server? First of all, you must have strong concepts. Your concepts should be strong. So if you go into an IT market and basically your resume saying you're expert in server, if they ask you anything, then you should be able to answer all of their questions. Number one. Number two, strong hands-on. So Muhammad asked the question at this point: how do we get the hands-on experience while working on on other sectors? Yes. So basically, within this training, and within all my trainings previously in the last 10 years, I am all about practical work. So actually, it's not just I am all about practical work. The other word of IT, in order to become an expert in IT, it's all practical. You just need to do practical. And how do we make sure that you get strong hands-on experience? So going back to that question that Muhammad asked, that how do you get strong hands-on experience? So now look here. So strong hands-on experience. So the way we are getting strong hands-on experience is by labs in the class. So we need to do labs. I will provide you step-by-step labs to all of you, to the students. And the lab is what? So I'll give you an example of a quick lab. Let's say Nowadays, we are all IE expert. So we are all IE expert. What is IE? IE is Internet Explorer, or in other words, we are all Google expert. And how did you become expert in Google? I mean, the very first time when somebody, when you wanted to use internet, I mean, nowadays, even if you show to a 3-year-old kid, I mean, I'm talking 3 years old or 4 years old or maybe 2 years old. If you just show them on an iPad that, you know, this red icon for YouTube, just click here. And if you just show them, I mean, you're not even providing them instructions, just click here and then open internet, they will become an expert. After a week, they will be just operating the iPads on their own. And this is 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and 5 years old, they know everything. They even know more than us how to open this and how to scroll in within. So exactly in the same manner, I will show you, teach you step-by-step hands-on lab. So we do lab in the class. So for every concept, I will show you the lab. So you need to do one lab in the class and repeat the same lab at home one time. And once you do this for all concepts, at the end, we will do a final lab project. So I would call this that final lab project at the end of the training. Now, at the end of the training, that final lab project, the important thing about this is, what is the final lab project? The final lab project is basically the real type. This is a real lab, real experience. I mean, real field experience. Real field experience based on all the projects that I have completed. So I made a complete document of real field experience, and I will provide it to you based on your gained knowledge within the training. You will need to implement this. Once you implement this just once, you will become an expert. I mean, the good thing about IT is you just need to do it once properly. Just like I gave you an example of using Google, using YouTube, you just did it once in your lifetime, and now you became an expert. I mean, the good thing about IT is if it is taught in a simple manner, and if you're able to spend that dedicated time with these labs 1 or 2 times, you will become an expert. And I've seen that in many students. Students coming from zero background, students coming from medical field, engineering field, mechanical field, civil field. Now they are all they're all IT consultants. Most of them are IT consultants. We have a group. I'll add you to that group of all our IT consultants, and you can ask them questions. They will help you and all that. So it's not that difficult. So going back to that question, how do you get this strong hands-on experience? It's by repeating these labs 3 times. So not more than 3 times. I mean, if you're able to repeat the labs more than 3 times, that is excellent. But most of the time, we don't have that luxury of a time because we are working in our field. It will be difficult to even do it 3 times. But if you're able to do it, complete it 3 times, this will make you an expert. And going from bit by bit, you will become an expert. So in order to become a system admin, so during my lectures, I keep on repeating information, because when you repeat information, it becomes more strong. It stays for a longer period of time in your memory. Instead of just going through one concept and just finish the concept and keep on finishing the concept, and at the end of the lecture, you just move on to the next lecture. No, this is not the way it should be done. All training, we need to keep repeating our concept. So from this slide, we were trying to understand how is IT job market actually managed. And there are many different fields of IT. There is networking field, software development field, database admin field, project management, and there are security field and many other fields. So at the moment, we are more concerned with networking job market. And within networking job market, there are 2 types of market. There is system admin market, there is networking field. Networking is not part of this training. We're not providing networking. but now you should be able to understand, you should be able to distinguish what is network and what is system admin. This training is more geared towards becoming a system admin. I would say to everyone, I would suggest to everyone, guys, if you are thinking of moving from a different career to this career, IT career, you should be gearing towards becoming a system admin. Because system admin, as a person, system admin, it is really easy for a system admin to become a cloud admin. Because basically your stop will be your next stop as an IT, and currently for all of the people who are in IT, they have to be a cloud admin. There is no other choice. There is no other choice because everything is in cloud now. But you can start from becoming a system admin. So one question from Alamgir, if system admin can become a cloud admin, what about the network admin? Can they become a cloud admin? Yes, a network admin can also become a cloud admin as well. But the network admin has to do a lot more than system admin, because cloud is mostly software. Cloud is mostly a software side more than a networking. I'm not saying that there is no networking, there is networking. But a network admin, if they need to become a cloud admin, they need to struggle more than a system admin. And system admin, they have worked with system a lot and they know a networking a bit. I mean, all system admins, they know 10% of networking automatically. Now, in order to prove this, let's look at this here. So I gave you an example of home networking, right? I gave you an example of home networking. Now, if I say that we are all using internet, so mostly we are all systems expert. You're already a cell phone expert now. I mean, you already know your cell phone. You already know how the cell phone is working, and you already know if the cell phone is slow or hanged, you need to restart it. So you're more system admin. You're more software expert than, and same goes for the laptop. Same goes for the TV. But at the same time, you have that 10% knowledge of this network as well. I mean, we all know on our router, if the light is not blinking on internet, it means that there is some problem with the router. And if you're if there is the cable is unplugged, then you know that there is a problem with the router. So this is how we know that all system admin already know network 10 to 20%. But in the opposite, the flip side is not true. All network admin, they know system maybe 10%, because they are more into networking, they're more into Cisco devices, their software, their cabling. They cannot comprehend everything within the system admin. So going back to that question, can network admin become a cloud admin? Yes, network admin can become a cloud admin, but it will be a lot of struggle for them. Now, and I will share with you my latest experience. I just finished a project in a large company in Middle East, and since I'm a cloud architect, I had network architects with me as well, and in the same team. They are basically responsible for, actually I'm looking for to get this. Yeah, so I'm a system admin, I'm a cloud admin, and I had network admin in the team. Now, the network admin, since they work with me in the cloud side, now they're thinking of becoming an Azure expert, Microsoft Azure or a cloud expert. But for them, the journey is a bit difficult because they need to complete the certification and also understand the technology as well. So another question, can we do a virtual lab? Yes, Muhammad will do, we can do a virtual lab as well. I'll just show it to you in a moment. And one more question from viewer A, to be a system admin, only one certification, server 1 is required. Just hold on to this. This is just the first certification. So basically, in order to become a system admin, you need to take server certification, and within server certification, this is actually the first step. So you need to take a certification called MCSA, which is 3 exams. And I will give you a full detail of this. You need to take these 3 exams, becoming a system admin. And this basically the workshop training, the training we are in at the moment, this training is about becoming a servers expert. After that, you need to complete 3 more papers. And after that, you need to take 1 more certification of VCP. VCP is a virtualization training. So in total, there are actually 5 exams that you need to complete in order to become a system admin. And that I will give you the introduction, more details. So, so I will jump onto the virtual lab. I know that this is a lot of information here, but now the big question is, let's say you have completed all this, and now you need to, and now basically you need to jump into the IT market. So now you need to jump into the IT market. How do you jump into this IT market with hundreds of other professionals in the field? So basically between you and the IT market, and how much do you gain in the IT market? Basically within this market, becoming a system admin, you can start from, if you have, let's say, if you have strong concepts, if you have strong hands-on labs, and you are certified, where do you start from? So guys, realistically, you can start anywhere from easily from let's say 50K to above. I mean, maybe your first job might be very small, becoming an IT admin. Your first job might be a contract or a full-time, or it will be anywhere from 50K to above, and it goes up to 120, 140 per annum. So 120, 140 per annum and more. But now the big question, and I'm not gonna go into huge big details here. Just one question. So how do you actually cross this field where you have thousands of other IT admins already in the market, and you might find many system admin actually trying for jobs as well, and maybe they will be giving you hundreds of different excuses. You know, the job market is very bad, and there are no jobs nowadays due to COVID and this and that and all that things. But I'll give you the reason why these people are still out of job while they are still system admin. So guys, I would say the thing is this field needs energizing. I mean, I'm using the word energizing. This field needs recertification or updation all the time. Just like doctors, they need to upgrade their skills as well. And system admin must upgrade their skills. Let's say a system admin, a person who became a system admin back in 15 years back, and is a happy system admin. Let's say he used to be a very happy system admin for 10 years, and he never upgraded his skills. So let's say he was server 2000 expert, and he's still a server 2000. He is still a server 2000 expert at the moment. So guys, the person didn't basically upgraded the skills, and now he's laid off and not able to find a job. I mean, it's obvious why this person is not able to find a job, because the skills are all obsolete. So we keep on upgrading our skill. Till now, I mean, I just cleared few exams just last month. I mean, clearing exam is not a huge big effort. When you're getting a hefty payment, when you're getting, let's say, $60, $70, $80 an hour, and spending $165 for one exam, it's not a huge big investment, but it's a huge big investment in your career. So the question why people are still sitting there and why they're not, because they didn't upgrade their skills, number one. And number two, they didn't upgrade their skills, they didn't upgrade their certifications and their skills. So, and how can you take a job in this IT? All you need to do is to get the latest concepts, strong hands-on, and get the latest certification. And after that, at the end of this training, we will help you with your resume build. So this is part of this training, that we make your resume. I will help you make your resume according to the IT job market. and then prepare you for the interview as well. So we will be with you right till the end until you find a job, because you will need a guidance. How do you walk and talk like an IT admin? So this is all part of this training. Okay. So so I'm going to jump back to the previous slide here. And so before I can go here, let me now share with you how do we do the labs. How do we do the labs? So first of all, the lecture is basically, I try to keep the lecture to, let's say 30 to 40% concept and 30 to 40% concept, and mostly I try to make it a lab, because it's the lab that people can more understand. Lab is more interesting, because when I show you create a server and then creating a server, set up the, configure the server and then set it up, this is exactly like working with a phone. So now let me give you a quick demo of how do we set a lab. Now, in order to set a lab, there is a software. We need to use a software in our computers. That is known as VMware. So I'm going to just bring it up here. So this is a software that is known as Vmware Workstation. So right on the screen, you will see that this is the software known as Vmware Workstation. Now the magic this software does is that this will actually not only simulate, this will actually give us a multi-servers environment. So with this software, we can install many Windows machines, Windows computers in our laptop. So, and I will show you right here. So viewer 18, viewer 40 is asking a question. Are you going to learn anything about system admin concept in this session? Just an intro to system admin. Actually, you know, this is an intro to system admin, and so we will start the training actually next week. So today I'm going to show you that how the classes will run, how easy it is to go with this training. So to answer your question, yes, this is an intro to system admin and the lab as well. I'll show you how the lab is configured. Viewer 14 is asking a question. Could we possibly get a VMware license file? Yes, you can get a license file as well. So we will provide you all of the resources. So in order to install a server, so actually now maybe it might be for the first time many of you watching or looking at the screen, how to install a server, or how do you install, I mean, this is like exactly like how many of you have ever reset your cell phone, your smartphone? Anyone has ever reset a cell phone? I mean, a factory reset? Type that in the chat window. Maybe yes, just a quick yes or no. I mean, what do you have to do in order to reset? There is a key combination that you use. Thank you, everyone, for responding. There is a key combination that you use, and then you reset your phone. I mean, and how do you learn resetting a phone? I mean, you learn it by just simply, somebody has shown you, or maybe you might saw it on a quick YouTube video. So guys, exactly in the same manner, the server installation is not a difficult thing. Now, first of all, what is a server? How does a server look like? So I'll show you how does a server look like and why is server that important. So Mohammed is saying the YouTube video. Yes, a quick YouTube video. So here I'm going to show you a server data center, or let's say Microsoft. So servers are basically mostly hosted in large big rooms that are known as data centers. So here you see this picture is a data center of Microsoft, where they have all their, so within this data center, it's inside, it looks like this. Inside they have racks, and these are servers. And in these servers, basically all the information is stored, and to these servers we connect to. Now these servers could be servers of Rogers, these servers could be servers of Dell, these servers could be servers of different organizations, or where we call. Because Microsoft provides these data centers to have these servers. Now, what is the job of a system admin? The job of a system admin is to manage the server. Let's say, looking at this, how many servers do I see here? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 servers or 10 servers in this one rack. This is a second rack. This is a third rack. This is a fourth rack. Now, and exactly this is how your concepts will be. Your concept will be you will start learning these concepts. Now, so within this picture, you learn 2 concepts. Number one, the servers are in data center, and data center is nothing but a building like this. So this is a data center, number one. Within the data center, there are racks. So this is known as rack number 1, rack number 2, rack number 3. And in each rack, there are about 10 to 12 servers. So now you learn 3 concepts here. So, and now the fourth concept is, how do you install each server? So if you need to install each server, how do you install it? So the way you install this server is exactly like this, the one that I'm about to show you. So this is a software that will let us simulate a server installation, not only simulate a server installation, but actually use a server as well. So once you start this training, once you start becoming a system admin or even a network admin, they will all provide you a simulation software. I mean, this VMware Workstation is a server simulation software. It's exactly like if somebody wants to become a pilot, they are provided a flight simulator. So this is a server simulation software. Now I'm about to install a server. So I can go to Home. Once this, I will provide you the software. We will provide you the ISO and all of the resources. All you need to do is practice once, twice, and thrice. So you can go to Home and then go to, and you will just count the steps, that how many steps do I have to do in order to install a server, and you can count them on your fingers, and remember, and you will remember these steps throughout your lifetime. So installing a server is nothing, and exactly in the same manner, in all my labs, I will provide you 1 to 10 steps. So you need to remember 1 to 10. And how do you remember them? I mean, in these trainings, I mean, we can use 4 learning senses. So 4 learning senses. So yes, so Abdullah said practice. Yes. So I mean, and if I break it down into very simple 4 steps. Step number 1 is listening. So we are all listening. You're all listening, number 1. Number 2, you can just keep writing as well, taking notes. This is the second learning sense we used. And the third one is practical. Just practice. So go to Home, go to create a virtual machine. Virtual machine is another name for a server. And here it's saying typical or custom. I mean, think of last time when you reset your phone, you just followed the on-screen instruction and then you completed it. So here I will go to next, and here I need to select an ISO, but here I'll just, I mean, to start with, we'll just follow the on-screen instruction. So here I'm going to go to next here, and then if it is asking for the name of the server, I'm not providing a name, and next, and next, and next, and done. So now, just with 4 steps, it's just installing this server. So it is just starting the server. So we already used our 3 senses of learning. Number 1, listening. Number 2, writing. Number 3 is practical. And number 4, that I would strongly advise, explain the same concept to somebody else. Maybe explain it. Maybe explain it to your wife. I mean, wife might not be interested. Maybe they'll just throw you out. I mean, just kidding. Maybe explain it to anyone. Explain it to anyone. Try to teach it to, guys, that was a joke. So explain it to anyone. Once you follow these 4 learning sets, use learning senses, I can, this is out of my own experience, that you will never forget that. You will never forget. Yes. So Abdullah said, did it in front of the mirror. Yes, you can do it in front of the mirror too. Yes. Excellent. So if we utilize these four learning sensors, so you can see on the screen that I'm now installing the server and install now. And rest is all actually a cruise control. It's all on cruise control. Once it is installed, it will be all installed. So our all labs will be like this. So here, so once we start these trainings, guys, I want everyone to utilize actually our four learning sensors. And four learning sensors, number one, listening. Number two, listening. Number two is writing. Just write that one-liner for the concept that you learned. So, for example, from today's training, you can write a concept of network. What is a network? How the networks are divided? So, listen, write, practice, and lastly, discussion. Discussion or teaching. So it is said a long time back. I mean, I read it somewhere that by taking a training, I learned something. But by teaching it to someone, I mastered it. So when you teach anything to anyone, you basically master you master that skill. So these four learning such things that we need to utilize, and this is where I need your dedication. So if you decide to take this training, I won't let you just sit back and enjoy the show. No, we need to work together. So sometimes during the training, I want to see your screen. Sometimes, and most of the time, I would want you to just unmute your mic and explain a concept. We start that right from the beginning, and it's not that difficult. It's the teamwork that will take us from 0 to hero level. We need to, so these are the four learning senses. Now, based on today's understanding, what do we know about networking? So networking, we listened. Probably you might took a note as well. And if you are not taking the note, next time in all our lecture we take notes, and I need to see that screenshot of your notes. So actually taking notes keep us engaged within the training. And practice. So you were not able to practice because you don't have the tools here, but discussion. And once you explain this networking concept to anybody else outside this training, you will remember a lot about network, and then difference between a system network and a network, which is the hardware side. And the example that you can remember is home network. You can start with a home network. And you will be amazed that this simple example is used everywhere. So the same home network is present in hospitals. Same example is available on airports. Same example, because people are using exactly in the same manner. So everywhere there are a router, and router is connecting users to their cell phone, users to their computers, on their and users to their in banking. When you go to a teller, they have a computer. It's the router that is connecting them. Okay. So Muhammad is saying training for a free volunteer base. Yes, so that's the concept where you can discuss, and yes, you can teach it to somebody else as well. Your 8 is saying interconnected devices. Excellent. Yes, this is an interconnected device. So guys, with following these simple class rules, we can actually make it work. So be on time, do not miss any lecture, take notes as much as possible, be ready for surprise quizzes. Lab must be completed. So this is the strong hands-on experience. Once you do it, second time you do it, maybe you can, let's say if you have teenagers at home, you can teach them as well. So lab must be completed, screenshots must be taken. Mid of the training, I will ask you to start preparing for one exam. So I will give you a complete help for an exam, and you will start preparing for that. One exam will provide you sample questions, we will provide you all the help, and at the end of the training, you must take one certification. Muhammad is asking a question. As per your advice and experience, how many hours of study requires every week? Excellent, very good. So guys, these lectures, so every day there will be, actually I have a slide on this, I think. Okay. So we have two types of arrangements for this training, but at the moment we have only one, which is Saturdays and Sunday. And Saturdays and Sunday, or we can go for a weekday class depending on where the most students are. At the moment, we need to schedule time because of other trainings running at the same time. So Saturday, Sunday can be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 9:30 to 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. So each class will be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours class, from which we will try to spend like 30 to 40% lab, and then 40% lab, and then 40% concepts, and 60% the lab. So, and at home, you need to spend another 3 hours. So 3 hours in the class and 3 hours at home will be suffice. So that will be 6 hours for one session. So 2 sessions, 12 hours per week. If you're able to spend 12 hours per week and work with me on these trainings, I can assure you, inshallah, you guys can become an IT expert and land a job. And since this is just a workshop training, this course training is a workshop training. The main training is about it has 6 trainings to complete, and I've done projects and went through all this in my last 15-20 years. I can make it very, very, very simple for you. All you need to do is to just promise me 12 hours a week of work, and that is it. So we have other questions from Furkan. I have just basic IT knowledge. I am 50. Do things age will be issue to learn? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Actually, 50 is young. 50 is not something that you're just saying. I mean, I'm near 50 as well. So, I mean, I feel like people, I feel like 25, man. I mean, honestly, it's just our own thinking. 50 is nothing. And basically, the age and the experience in IT is an asset, age and experience. So I'll give you an example. If you have strong concepts for the 3 things that I mentioned, if you have strong concepts, strong hands-on, and certification, trust me, age will help you. Age will help you. People think, and since we have certifications, and then we prepare our resume, and then we prepare interview questions, age is a plus. Age is a plus, because the more experience you have, the people will trust people with experience and let them work on their expensive equipment. Another question, tell us about exam questions for MCSE and MCSA. Do you think after completion of this course, we will be able to give these exams? 5 exams, please advise. Yes. Guys, for MCSA, there are 5 exams, and you will be able to go through these exams during the training. It's not that after the training, I would basically be all over you to complete exams after each training. So we will have a training. So after this workshop training, I will give you a complete schedule. So if you're able to go through this workshop training, you will be able to go through all other trainings. Yes, these trainings will definitely help you with the exams. And basically, not only help you, we need to complete these certification during this training. So after this workshop training, you need to take 1 exam, and you will see that with the help, with all of the help and support that we will be providing you, you will be able to go through this exam. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. So class hours are, so if it is a weekend, it will be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's like 10, 11, 12, 1, 3. Actually, it says 3 hours. It says 3 hours, guys. I would say 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours. You can do it along with any job. You don't have to leave your job. You can do it anytime with your current job, and it's not that difficult. So depending upon student progress, we can increase the class timing. Prefer to find an isolated place, yes, guys. Since it will be an online training, and online doesn't mean that you will be hiding, I mean, as a student being hiding from the instructor, since this is a professional training. This is a professional in a sense. I'm not saying it's, I mean, professional and academic are two different domains. So since this is a professional training, I need to know that if you were able to complete the job, complete the labs. I need to know that if you were able to take notes, and the quizzes. Well, the quizzes results will give me more insights. Quiz. So prefer to find an isolated place at home for learning, maybe a corner in your house or in your office or wherever you're sitting. Make sure you have a handset attached to the cell phone. Avoid any possible distractions during the class timing. Guys, I'm open to any questions anytime. We will create a WhatsApp group. We will create a Google group. We'll create a WhatsApp group. We will create a Google group as well, and in which you can share. You can ask any questions anytime. So once you trust on us for providing this training, I will be with you, inshallah, throughout the end of the training. I won't leave you. As I consider each student like what do you call a person that requires information from me, a valuable resource. You're spending your time, you're spending your money, and I will make sure that my help and my team's help will be with you. So we have staff here and within this group. Staff, Mahmoud, he's consultant at the moment. We have Amin Bhai, who's here as well, who is a consultant at the moment. So we all together, we are ready to help you anytime with your lab, with your any professional advice or anything that is in relation to this training. Class labs must be completed, submitted on time to the class coordinator, and then you need a laptop where you can run the labs. Okay. So guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Class is mostly interactive, so we need to be more interactive, and this is actually my job, instructor's job, to engage the students. Now, there are two types of trainings where instructor will provide, just keep writing on the slides and just going through the lab and that's it. No, I will make sure that everyone is engaged and everyone is trying to, so we all need to give our level, actually level 200. Okay, so course duration. So this workshop at the moment, this workshop runs from for about 8 to this will run for 8 to 10 days, maximum 12 days. So this will be 6 weeks. So 6 weeks and twice a week, twice per week, and 3 to 2 hours per day. So guys, if you and then please tell us about the lab specifications for the training, laptop specification. I will let you know. So could you please explain system administrator and system administrators are server administrators are same? Yes, exactly. The system administrator and server administrator is the same thing. So jobs are with the name system admin. You will find jobs as a system admin. You won't find a job saying server admin. A server admin and system admin is exactly the same. This is exactly. You're most welcome. The laptop you need is basically, it needs to be, if you have a better laptop, like, so this is a laptop specification here. If you have an i7 laptop with 8 GB of RAM, that will be excellent. But if you have i5 laptop and with SSD drive, with the SSD drive, that will be excellent as well. So guys, this is, I mean, if you seriously, I mean, even if you have a old laptop, your labs might not work, but for the workshop training, we will try to provide you an online virtual machine where you can log in and do the lab. But I would say if you have already made up your mind to switch from your field, so let's say this is your field, to IT, you want to jump into IT, I would say invest on a laptop, and we can provide you all types of specifications and maybe try to get you a cheapest deal possible, or you can find it on your own. But it's good to invest, because this one laptop will be your ship. It will be like a ship where you're sailing. So this will be your IT ship, because we will be doing all our trainings on this. Okay. And the current training that we will be doing is Microsoft System Admin Workshop. So this is known as Microsoft System Admin Workshop, and I will be going through 2003. We will be doing install of 2003, 2008, and 2012 and 16. Now, for some of you, if you're not familiar with server version, this is just server version. Now, this is exactly like if you have an Android phone. We had older versions, and every now and then they upgrade the Android phone. So they have version 1, 2, 3. And this is exactly like server. When the first time it was introduced, it was server 2000. Then 2000 upgraded to 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016. Now latest is 2019. So I will be so during this training I will be introducing all the 4 or all the 5 versions, because we just need to install them once to get an exposure. Because sometimes in interviews they might ask you questions from the previous operating system. So I'll make sure that on servers we are covered. Viewer 30 asked a question: can you make a lab in Virtualbox? Yes, you can make a lab in Virtualbox. For everybody else, what is a Virtualbox? So guys, I just shared with you this software. I mean, I showed you this software that is known as Vmware Workstation. So this software that is known as Vmware Workstation, just like Vmware Workstation, there is another software called Virtualbox. So Vmware Workstation is a software that can simulate servers. You can install 1 server, 2 servers, and 3 servers. Exactly like there is another software called Virtualbox. But Viewer 30, the problem with Virtualbox is that you have to work with you have to work a lot with Virtualbox on your own. But if you have a previous experience working with a Virtualbox, I would say it's excellent. But here you need to do a lot of configuration, and VMware Workstation is automatically, it will do a lot of the configuration for you. So this is why we prefer VMware Workstation than a Virtualbox. But if you've already used a Virtualbox in the past, then I don't mind, it's excellent. All we need a server at the end. Okay. So we will be going through all versions of servers here. So in today's service, you're most welcome, Viewer 30. So guys, we will provide you, by sharing messages on the chat, that we will provide you all resources. We will provide you VMware Workstation, the operating system, and you will have all of the tools. So it's said that if you have the right tools, you need the right tools to have the job done. So we will provide you all of the tools so that your journey with us will be very, very smooth. So guys, this workshop, so Viewer 26 asked a question, what is your fees? So fees for just this one training, which is Active Directory Workshop, this one is $499. It's $499. It's on very special rate, where we sold this training in the past for $999 as well. But in order to in order to provide that discount due to everything that is happening nowadays, we have dropped it down to 50%. So the cost is $499, and the duration is 6 weeks. Duration is 6 weeks for this. How long will it take? Viewer 30 asked a question, how long will it take for MCSA? So viewer number 30, it would have been excellent if I would have known your name, would have called your name. When you start the training, you will register with a name, so that I will call you by the name. So viewer answer for viewer number 26. Viewer 30, MCSA, you need to do 3 papers, and it will take 3 months to complete the MCSA training after this workshop. What are the other trainings available? Share details. Viewer number 19, please share with us your email address so that we can share with you more details. We provide all different trainings, and I can show you here on our website. So you can go on to NetPlus IT website, and here we have all different type of training. We provide Cisco trainings as well, Linux, Microsoft, within Microsoft virtualization, MCSC, MCSA, and I will be sharing with you this website as well. And so here, so viewer 14, so this is viewer number 19 is $499 is Canadian dollars. So $499 is Canadian dollars, not US dollars, not Australian dollars. So these are Canadian dollars. Viewer 14 is server virtualization administration, same as system admin. So is this a virtualization training? Actually, system admin is a virtualization admin. So in order to So what is the difference between, sorry about that, this is between system admin and virtualization admin. So viewer number, it's a good question, viewer number 24. Once you become a system admin, and by completing just one exam, which is known as VCP, VMware Certified Professional, you will become a virtualization admin. So everything evolves from system admin. If you're a system admin, with one more exam, you will become a virtualization admin. And viewer number 14 is, this is in Canadian dollars, viewer number 14. And viewer 26 is, viewer 26 provided an email address. So guys, in today's training, what we have already discussed, why this course is special, what are the goals for this training. I also shared with you the difference in system admin. And here I'm going to show you quickly in few slides, not so many slides, just in few slides. I'll show you IT market at a glance. So now current industry experience, what are the goals? We have current industry experience. It can fit for a number of job requirements, this training, and fulfill second level support jobs. Now, what is a second level support job? So in IT, there are 3 types of companies. So first of all, in order to understand IT role, we need to understand that there are 3 types of IT companies. There are 3 types of IT companies. So 3 types of IT companies. Number 1, there is something called a small IT company. There is a medium-sized IT company. And then there is large IT companies. So small IT companies, how do you know if it is a small IT company? Their IT staff is anywhere from 1 to 10 employees. If they have 1 or 2 employees, just like small clinics. When you go to a clinic, they might have only 1 server. So in that company, if you find a job, then your responsibility will be to manage 1 or 2 servers. But their salary range will be less as well because they don't have much to do there. So here they might offer you 30K to 45K per year. And 30K to 45 is the minimum in the field of IT. So this is a small company, and this is not our goal of this training. We do not want to go into a small company. Our goal is to actually enter from mid to large size organizations. So mid to large size organizations. So here in mid to large size organization, the IT staff is anywhere between 50 to 10 to 50 IT employees. Your job requirement, if you get a job in this organization, you will be responsible for 10 to 20 servers. Now, you will be responsible for 10 to 20 servers. At this point, if you're new to IT, you can say your responsibility is to actually handle 10 to 50 cell phones. So your own cell phone, your own smartphone, and then 20 other smartphones. And some desktops, some laptops as well. The salary range in these companies is anywhere from 45K to 65K per year. And then your main function is your main job function will be installation, administration, troubleshooting of servers and other network devices. So this is a mid to large size companies, and mostly they would require certified people. They would require for you to certify. So this is why I said that in this training, I will be with you. I will be actually we will be completing all these servers. Taking all the certification is compulsory in this training, because at the end we need to hit the job market. So for that reason, we need to become certified. So this is second type of company. And the third type of company is large enterprise companies. So this is like a company like IBM. This is like a company like Bell. This is like a company like any large telecom organization. So their IT staff is anywhere from 50 to huge IT department. Your responsibility, if you find a job as a system admin in this, you will be responsible for 20 or more servers. So when I used to be a system admin, so in my experience, I mean, I used to be a system admin, started 15, 18 years back with MCSC right from that time. And I was a system admin, and my responsibility was handling, like at that point, 18 years back, for a large telecom company in Middle East. I was responsible for 200 servers in there. So what is the difference between handling 1 server or 200 servers? Guys, absolutely no difference. So if you're able to handle 20 servers, I mean, there is no difference between handling 2 servers or 20 servers. If you're able to handle 20 servers, you will be able to handle 2,000 servers, because they are mostly almost the same. It's just their softwares are different. I mean, take an example of your phone and your brother's, your friend's, your wife's phone. How different they are. Their base operating system of the phone is exactly the same. But what is different? The applications that they have. So you might have 100, maybe nowadays 100 applications are normal in these phones. Maybe you have 50 applications, and your wife has let's say 60 applications, and your son has 200 applications. So they just keep. So the difference is the number of applications, but the base operating system is exactly the same. So you will be responsible in large organization. You're responsible for 20 or many servers. The salary is anywhere from 65 to 110K per annum. You are required to specialize in these technologies, and these technologies we will learn in our full track. And then your overall requirement is installation, troubleshooting, and this. And you're mostly required to be certified. So these all organizations will be. Now, certification is now required more than ever, since now due to the introduction of cloud technology, and cloud providers are big providers, like Microsoft is a cloud provider, then Amazon is a cloud provider. Amazon is a cloud provider. So with these, they don't hire people who are not certified. So anywhere where these technologies are, certification is must. So during this training, I will help you. We will help you actually. Our support team will help you with completing the certification, and at the end, we'll help you with the interviews as well. So just like there are 3 types of companies. How many types of companies are there, guys? 3 type of companies. So guys, when I say how many types of companies, maybe you can say that in your heart or maybe by words. Just repeat whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm asking for, guys. This is another learning way. When you speak something, this is another way of doing that 3rd, 4th type of learning sense, saying it. So when I say how many types of companies, just 3 types of companies. What are the types of companies? Small company, medium-sized company, large company. So what is our target for this thing? Our target is basically to get into mid to large size companies. Okay. So just like there are 3 types of companies. Excellent, viewer number 8, 3 types of small, medium, large. Yes, you can type that in the chat window as well. And then there are 3 types of jobs as well. There are 3 types of IT jobs as well. As a system admin, there are 3 types of roles. So one is 1st level support, second is 2nd level support, and the third is 3rd level support. Actually, they are called 1st level support, 2nd level support, 3rd level support. 1st level support jobs are just help desk jobs, service desk, or basic server and desktop experience. This is for call center. This is not our goal. This is not our goal. This is a call center. I mean, this is the minimum wage IT job, and we don't want to go into this unless you just want to get that exposure experience and you're getting an opportunity. So why not? But our goal is to get to a 2nd level support job where it will require you to do full server administration and strong hands-on experience and certification is required. 3rd level support is when you have 3-4 years of experience and then you're specialized in a certain technology. So that is specialized services. So that is 3rd level support. So with these trainings, we want to get into IT market on a 2nd level support jobs. Viewer 44 asked a question: does system admin required to code which premium language? So viewer number 14, excellent question, good question, but system admin does not require to do any coding. This is the main. This is an excellent thing in becoming a system admin. You don't have to you don't have to do any programming. Now, but just like Abdullah just mentioned, it is an asset. It is an asset. So I'll give you my example. I did a bachelor's in computer science. I did a lot of programming in the beginning. In the start of my career, for a few years, I was a programmer. But you know, I got fed up with programming because when you are a programmer, you're just thinking programming all the time. You're in the restroom and you're thinking programming. You're driving, you're walking, you're praying. The program code keeps your brain busy. So this is why I turned from programmer to a system admin. But just like Abdullah mentioned, if you have a programming background, then it will help you a lot. This will give you an edge as a system admin. But if you don't have a programming background, then it's not required. It is not required. So nowadays in cloud technology, we have automation. So people who are having a programming background, that will help them a lot in automating everything within the cloud. So what if, so viewer 46 asked a question, what if you don't come from a computer science background and don't know coding? So this is exactly another good question. So the answer to this is you don't need, so if you're not coming from a computer science background, this is why this training is organized. This training is organized to take you from level 0 to level hero. So I would say the word hero. or level, I would say it's a level 500. So we take it from level 0. So I will take you from level 0 to, so then that can, so you might have another question. So if you don't have a degree in computer science, would companies take you as a system admin? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. So the question is, if the companies can take you as a system admin if you don't have a degree in computer sciences, yes. So the good thing about this IT industry is that they don't, I mean, there is not much value of academics as compared to professional. I mean, I'm not saying not value, I'm just comparing comparatively, but academically, they need somebody who has a bachelor's degree. So if you have a bachelor's degree in anything, in mechanical, in engineering, in maybe medical, but you must have the professional certification. You must have professional certification. That is what is required. So guys, if you have any questions, excellent questions in today's session. Your questions are helping everyone to just actually gain more experience. Okay, so actually, that is it for today's session. I gave you a demo lesson as well by giving you that networking understanding. I have lot of information here that I can start, and so I want to give you some relaxed time as well. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Your number 8 asked a question: how is passing criteria of certification? Yes, certification passing criteria is around 70%. So let me take you to that website. Let's take one certification, MCSE. So MCSE is that one certification that we need to take. So here, MCSE Core Infrastructure. I'm going to go into this. And here, so there are some here. This is MCSE Core Infrastructure. And here they are providing a step-by-step. So we need to, in order to get MCSE, we need to get step 1 skill. And under this, if I go here, so this is the certification. This is actually Server 2016 MCSA Explore. I'm going into the certification. And actually now Microsoft they have organized this information in a very simple manner comparatively before. So exams, so you need to take these exams in order to take MCSA certification. For example, first exam is this right here. And here I'm going to go into exam details. So within exam details, if I go, you can schedule an exam, and this exam is skills being measured. So these are the skills that are being measured that we will be learning in our training. And here is the Instructor-Led online training, who should this exam is for, and so on, preparing for the exam. And here it gives you, so I think, so most of these exams, the criteria is, the exam criteria is 70%. So here it is giving some of the drop down. So if I go, so, and the exam price is $165 here. Year 44 asked a question: how about scripting language and PowerShell? Scripting language, PowerShell, we will be learning PowerShell within this training, and so don't worry about this. But that doesn't require a lot of programming background. I mean, that PowerShell is mostly, and PowerShell is now changed to a JSON language, which is more human understandable language. So it's not basically huge complex coding. So what am I doing here? I'm registering for an exam, but I don't want to register for an exam at the moment. Okay. So guys, if you are interested in this, training, you're most welcome. Viewer 44. If you are interested in this training, guys, do not forget to leave your name and name and number and email address. Here you can see Amin Bhai's name here, Amin Net Plus IT Consulting in the chat. You can send him a private message. Just let him know your intention, because this training invite was sent to different groups, and we don't have your details to share with you the training schedule. So if you are interested, this is your chance to take this, to let Amin Bhai know. And by just looking in the chat window, Amin Bhai has reduced this to 100. So I mentioned with you, I mentioned previously that the course fee is $499. No, it is 400. Thank you, Amin Bhai. So for this discount, so now this training is for 400. Previously, I told you this was sold for $999, and in other places it is actually more expensive. I mean, trust me, with this Active Directory training, this will take you from 0 to 100 level. 100 meaning this will take you to a level where you can start your journey, and you can very soon be an IT system admin. I mean, just by looking at this session that we just took, all trainings are exactly like this. So there are keywords to remember. There is a very simple practical, but you need to do that practical. Once you complete that practical, so for example, we installed this server, and I have all these servers here previously. This is Citrix server, this is Azure Migration server, Hyper-V server. So we can just change from this server to here. So we have all these different type of servers here.
Thank you, Adnan Bhai. This is Amin.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you everyone for joining. Guys, today's session is completely free. This session we have arranged to provide you the information about IT, current job market, technologies. There is no obligation for this one. We are just providing career path. If you want to do hands-on lab training certification, then we will have the classes either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, Sunday. But that's a complete hands-on training. It's a 40 hours course with labs. You will be learning about Active Directory, and you will be doing in-depth labs on Active Directory. We are also giving you introduction of CompTIA A+ and networking. We'll help you for the labs, as well as we'll provide you the exam preparation practice questions. So this is only one exam. Guys, IT is a vast field. If you want to come into IT, there are different paths. You can do a research on Google. You will find multiple resources. You can do it online. You can do from YouTube, Udemy, it doesn't matter. Upgrade your skills, get certified, get in the job market. Don't waste your time at home or another site. As here we have a certified trainer. Adnan is training more than 15 years, and he is in industry from 20 years. So he is sharing his skills experience. Whether you have IT background or not doesn't matter. This course is for beginners. As long as you have communication skill, and if you follow the instructions, it will take 3 months to 6 months to step in. And for those who have any concern questions regarding class, timing, fees, feel free to reach out to me. I'll share my personal number as well as this. This session is for community help. So we are not asking money anything for today's session. But going forward, if you want to attend, do your hands-on lab certification, there is a nominal fee for that. Everything is your investment. If you invest, this is your career path. If you want to get into IT job, this is your bread and butter. So upgrading a skill is investing on yourself. You will get return. IT is no more shortcut. It's your all hard work. You need to know the path, destination. Then you have to either do yourself take someone help, join college, anywhere. If you want to do shortcut, there is no shortcut in this. You can get the certification, but in job, you have to do the real job, real scenario, real issues. You have to work on. You have to resolve it. With us, with the training, we will be providing a real life environment. You will be creating the labs on your laptop. The software tools which we will share, VMware Workstation, you will be creating multiple VMs. You will build everything from scratch. On Active Directory side, you will make a domain controller. You will install client. You will add to domain. You will configure everything in Active Directory, DHCP, DNS, WINS, everything. Then we will do upgrade as well. Like every 3 to 5 years, there is a technology upgrade. So if you have a software OS application, there is a life cycle. So as per industry standards, it's 3-year life cycle. After 3 years, you have to upgrade your hardware, software, application, everything. So that's the reason Microsoft have brought their OS every 3 to 5 year cycle. We have 2008 Windows 2008 server. It's retired now. Now all organization has to upgrade it to 2012 or 2016. Now we have 2019 server as well. So in this 40 hours workshop, you will be learning about 2008, 2012, 2016. This is just one module. If you want to do MCSA, there are 3 papers. MCSA, you have 3 exams you have to write. 70-740, 741, 742. You can get the dumps, you can prepare yourself, you can go for exam. But if you want to get hands-on lab, that's a separate individual module. Each module consists of approximately 30 to 40 hours. So I want to clarify, this workshop is only about Active Directory, CompTIA Plus and network. If you want to do MCSA 3 papers, that's separate. I can share you the dump for any one exam, that's fine. But we are not covering 742, 741. And then please clarify if I have anything, if I miss anything.
Thank you, Amin Bhai. Excellent. You explained well. Let me address few more questions here. So where are the questions?
And these fees are in Canadian dollar, guys. Microsoft exam, each Microsoft exam is 165 USD. Unless you get an exam voucher from Microsoft or free, that's you good luck. Go for the exam. But in today's world, nothing is free. You have done your education. We all are professional. If you might have done your high school, graduation, master degree. You have invested money, time. You have the degree.
Right. Thank you, Amin Bhai. So Weir8 asked a question, will you give help for all certification? Yes, of course. We will provide you help with all the certification. Actually, our goal is at the end to land you a job in IT. So for that, we have whatever we have to do, we will do it. And your success is our success, actually. So yes, we will be providing help for all training. Our certification. Another question from Muhammad is, I work for Shaw and second largest Western Canada, can change my career and department sales to system. Will this course help me? Yes, for sure. So I've mentioned within this session that I had previously students from mechanical background, civil background, sales, marketing background, and they are successfully in the field. And fortunately, there was one, staff was right here, and there are many others. So we will add you to our group of professionals who came from many different places. And yes, you can move into this this training with our help, and we will provide you all the help that is required. So when will the course start? Alamgir asked the question, when will the course is starting next week. So it will start next week, inshallah, for sure. And so please leave your name, number, and a phone number. You can share it with Amin Bhai as well, so that we can share with you the course schedule. So for now, the course schedule is, Amin Bhai, what is the course schedule? Is the weekend or weekdays?
So Tuesday and Wednesday, like most of the students are requested for me for Tuesday, Wednesday. And
Right.
like if you have like Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll go with that from 6:30 to 9:30 Eastern time. If it's weekend, Saturday, Sunday, then it will be from 10 to 1 morning Eastern time.
All right. Okay. So Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. Okay, so we can have first session this week, or do you want to start next week?
If you have a majority of weekends, like we just need minimum 5 students to start. So if we
Right.
confirm 5
Okay.
students, then we can start weekends based on
Okay.
weekdays or weekend. So those who are
Right.
interested, please reply to me. Like you can send me email. I just need your name, phone number, email address.
Okay.
And this course fee we are offering $400. It's a very good price. You are learning about Active Directory, Introduction to CompTIA, A+, and Network.
Yes.
This is
And
the
most
base
importantly,
foundation course.
Exactly, and this will be a very strong base for you, and you will see that how easy it is. This will give you a confidence in order to basically switch your field. It's not difficult. So please share your information, and actually just the next week. So we will start this week, and next week I'm moving from one place to another. So probably there won't be any class for next week, but after that it will be a continuous class. Okay, guys. So meanwhile, people are leaving their email address. So please, you can record all their numbers. If you don't have any information, you can just. So please, guys, after this session, we won't be able to track you because this was advertised in many places. So if you are interested, just let us know and leave your information here. The bridge will be on for another 10 minutes. Otherwise, we're done for this session. And thank you for your participation. It was an excellent participation. And hope to see you in this. If you are interested, this is a time to go for it.
What 10 minutes ago? 15 minutes ago.
So guys, you can, if you're not talking, you can mute yourself. Otherwise, we unmute, everyone is unmuted. So if you want to talk, you can talk as well. Walaikum assalam, Abdullah. How are you?
Good. How's things? I see you're in Australia now.
Yeah, man. It's just, risk is taking us everywhere. So I had a contract, so I came here.
Yeah. The last time I think we said you were in Kuwait or Qatar, I guess.
Yeah, last year I was in Qatar, and now I just moved here.
Oh, that's nice. That's fine.
But I miss Canada. I'm gonna come back soon. I miss Canada for sure.
It must be getting cold out there too in Australia right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cold. Nowadays it's cold. But the cold here is, when the winter's starting in Canada. So the cold is not that cold. It is enjoyable too.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I just wanted to jump in to get my refresher today. Just a little bit, what my mother missed. Or maybe forgotten, but that was nice. It was a good
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. And then, you know what? On the videos there, I think I would be the most viewed person if you could look at it. On the videos, there was the videos you posted on about SCCM, Active Directory, 410, 411, 412, VT, all kind of stuff. Oh my God!
Wow!
Every day.
I'm happy. I'm happy that trainings are helping you. I'm really happy.
I mean,
So if you can refer others to this as well, that will be excellent. And how is other people from your batch? They are doing good?
well, most of the people, they are still working. Most of them, they got a bit off and on because they were on contract and they got laid off because of this COVID thing. But mine, alhamdulillah, I'm fine. I got a permanent. Remember when we were doing the Azure training, I was offered a position at that. I was on contract, and since then I'm there. So
Excellent, excellent. Good to know, Abdullah, and it was excellent that you joined us. Excellent. Thank you so much.
I took your advice. I was going somewhere
Thank you
else,
so much.
but I took this advice, and but so far it's good now. The money is good. Alhamdulillah, the position is okay. It's getting better day by day. And, so I just keep on updating myself. I just finished your SCCM class yesterday, the whole course.
Really?
Video.
Okay.
Again,
Wow.
Again, because I'm an SCCM admin now at work, so, I just wanted to get myself acquainted with,
Refresh.
because in the first video of yours, especially 2 or 3 videos, are the most complex one where you have to troubleshoot a lot, and I wanted to know exactly how to do it again and again. I repeated it like maybe 50 times each video to make sure to get it embedded. But it works.
Excellent.
It works.
Excellent.
100% works. That's what I would recommend. I don't know if your other viewers or other listeners are listening to it. Guys, if you investment of $400 a week for 6 weeks, it's truly worth it. But if you go for the whole year, but you're going to finish off the whole course, it's going to be worth it every single penny. It's going to pay you off, but the demand is your 100% attention and 100%. Adnan Bhai said 12 hours a week. I would say 20 hours a week. If you go for that, you'll be ready and good to go within 6 months. And trust me, the jobs are there. Don't get laid off or avoided by distractions by people that, if there is no jobs and this and that, there is tons of jobs everywhere. All you got to do is jump and grab it, brother. It's not as easy as it is. Just have the courage to jump and grab it and get yourself enough value to yourself, and that's it. Keep on going. There is no turning back, guys. Just that easy.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
exactly. I still say, like, I have a friend of mine who's in this session too. I recommended him to come over, and I remember the first day when we walked into your office there in Mississauga on Matheson, remember? And I told you I'm a taxi driver, and you said, "Why are you killing yourself like that?" And since then, alhamdulillah, that was 3 years ago. But hey, at least I'm not a taxi or anything like that. So that's why I responded to Muhammad, who says that he's working for Shaw. He's working for Shaw. He's already in the industry. We were totally outside. I was a totally outsider. Like, I used to drive a cab, and you made me worth it. So, so thanks to you all the time. Thanks to you, 100%.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. It's for your hard work as well. It's a combined team effort. Excellent. Yeah. I'm happy that you're in the field now.
Yes,
thank you, Abdullah Bhai. Thank you so much. Guys, bridge is open for you. Please ask your question. This is open question answer bridge. Whether you take a course or not doesn't matter. If you have any questions, anything related to career, we'll be more happy to help you, guide you.
Yeah, sure. I can give my experience as well. If anybody wants anything, I'm in.
Excellent. Thank you.
Adnan Bhai Alamgir is here.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm listening. Yes, Alamgir.
Yeah, Adnan Bhai, I have a question. You will be taking all the classes?
Can you repeat your question, please? There is a lot of background noise.
I have a question that you will be taking all the classes, right?
Yes. I will be taking all of these classes. Yes.
time. And I have another question. Like after this course, like after 6 weeks, it will continue, right?
After 6 weeks, what? Oh, whoa, man. There is a lot of wind.
Sometimes what happens, after 6 weeks, they say, oh, like maybe they are changing the mind or something, it happened with me. So that's why I'm asking,
And what is your question? What are you asking? I'm sorry, I had to ask you to repeat.
No, my question was that this admin course will continue, right, after 6 weeks, right?
Honestly saying, we need at least 5 students to continue the system admin training, right? So I have to be honest with this. We cannot run a full 1 year training for 1 or 2 students. So there is that small risk there. But what happens is in parallel there is another training going on as well, and we will get 5 to 10 students and we will run it. So but most probably this will go on.
There are some, I can see, some people are replying back. Definitely they are interested, and I hope they will go all the way on. So
yes, for sure. And I keep on providing motivation and showing them the way, and most probably we will make a class for system admin.
Yeah, you have a very nice teaching way, and your teaching skills are very good. So actually, I was.
Thank you so much.
So I can, you are really doing good. And I heard a lot about you. So many people were.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. It's like we're inside a tornado. Is it windy in Canada now?
Yeah, it's gray out here in my place. I'm in Brampton. It's gray out here. It's very windy.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay. So excellent, everyone. This is it for today's session. And if you have a question, you have shared your email addresses with us, and Amin Bhai will get back to you. Thank you so much for today's participation.
Thank you, Ranveer. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.